So here we are, Koppenberg 2021, the X2O U23 race, fast start as normal, and I've actually got my power meter on screen with pretty much the live stats of what I was trying to do. As always, not a great start, but you watched, I've been working on them. So anyway, back to the race, and you can see it's probably at the front, it's pretty full, but it's a big old climb, you know, full Koppenberg from the bottom, on wide tires, on the mud of the cobbles. As you're just hitting the gradient, it's getting up to 10-15%, the speed's dropping away, and then you get to this pinch point and riders are already gonna have to start to get off. So anyway, I was through that safe and onto the first lap. Pim out in front with a lead, and then me chasing with the Tormans boys on my wheel. So yeah, just actually a good first lap. There were long laps here, you know how much elevation there is, and he already on the first lap crashing, so I think that just shows the kind of level of the course here. It's one big hillside, big kind of muddy cow field that you're just riding up and down as many times as you can in 40-50 minutes. So yeah, end of lap one, I've got like a 5-10 second gap to close on Pim, and through the pits for the first time to get a nice clean bike. And you can see Pim just at the end of the pits there. Some real steep kickers on this course, and in real slow mud, so it does kind of resemble a mountain bike course and that type of power and kind of effort distribution needed. So yeah, it suits me, and I was riding totally kind of within myself, trying to push as hard as I can, but to a point where I'm still riding smooth. So you can see here, even with the sun out, there's so much water coming off of the pits and down the hillside that it's a full mud race pretty much. Full mud tires, as low tire pressures as possible, like around 13-14 psi. And yeah, here you see Pim make a little mistake into the barriers, costing him a few seconds, and in the moment I'm not really reacting to it, you know, I'm just trying to get up the climb as well. You can see me holding onto the barriers, so, and Pim retakes the lead, so it really is just kind of survival. I'm carried a little bit more momentum here, so I kind of go back to the front, but the speeds are so low, the margins are pretty small, so really you just have to focus on your own ride, and that's what I did for the whole race. Maybe it cost me later on, but yeah, like when it's this much on the limit, you can't really be too reactive. You need to just focus on yourself. So yeah, another kind of half lap has passed, and I'm now leading with Pim in the wheel. Yeah, this is just kind of race tempo now, not particularly trying to push it or crack him, because I think there's still a lap and a half, 2 laps to go. So just trying to keep the rhythm, and on this type of course it is kind of hard to follow right in the wheel. And you see here I've actually let Pim go through a mistake, I think it was, on the off-camera section. So I'm actually riding him back in these switchback corners, and you see in this one I go for the dismount and I make a 4-second gap down to no gap at all basically. So just goes to show that there are always other lines out there. And then down into this kind of bomb hole descent that takes you to the lowest part of the course. Pim was very strong in the run. Yeah, so if it was riding, I was the same speed, if not a little bit faster, and in the technical stuff as well. But on the run, he would always gap me. So when I got to this climb, he would have this gap, and I would kind of peg it back during this whole climb. We'd climb up this small descent, and then you do the full Koppenberg again for like the 5th time or something in the race. So now I think this is into the final lap. Pim has that 5-10 second gap. He's just up the road, hopefully, trying to pin him back, but I think I was pretty much beaten at this point. Well, I thought so. He'd got a really good gap going into the bell, and I was just kind of plugging away, trying to get my effort out. But the gap was coming down, and from what I was being kind of told, it was, yeah, you see Pim is just at the top of the hill, and with the speed so low, the gap looks small, even though in seconds it will be a lot. You can see 3rd place behind me, so but that's a long section of track you're looking at there, so it's sometimes hard to judge the gap. This is the last lap, up the last kind of muddy drag before the final Koppenberg, and then this is the final straight itself. Pim going all out for as many seconds as he can get, and by the end it was only kind of, I think it was 7-8 seconds between 1st and 2nd. So yeah, looking back, it's frustrating how close I was to the win, but there are no secrets. There is nothing to hide on this course, so you get exactly what you deserve, and we both deserved a bit of a lie down at the end there, because it is a savage finish. So yeah, Kevin coming over to help me over to the podium and to enjoy my little moment on the X2O podium. First Belgian podium ever, I think. And to be up there with guys like Thibaut and Pim was pretty special. So this was a good sign for the start of the year, start of the season, and what was to come. So yeah, exciting times in the 2021-22 cross season, and there's a lot more to come.